Happy Tuesday, everybody. I pray that you all are well. I pray that your families are well. I pray that you have had a phenomenal and a successful day. I pray that you smiled today. I pray that the only tears that you cried were tears of utter and complete joy because you are overwhelmingly grateful for all of the amazing things that have occurred in your life and are occurring in your life, and those that you are in great expectation waiting for. I welcome you to my channel. I am Dr. JaNee Mobley. I'm affectionately known as Dr. JaNee, and I help women overcome mindsets that prevent profit, progress, and prosperity so that they'll have the bravery and the boldness to step out in their purpose and pursue it with excellence so that they can ascend to their next level. So, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, if this is your first time here, I would love for you to drop a one so that I can acknowledge you. And there's usually a lag, but even if you're watching this on replay and this is your first time joining me, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so grateful and so happy that you are here. We're going to go ahead and dive into it. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and share this live with about 2 or 3 people. We're going to get started, and I promise y'all, my goal is to be done in about 15 minutes because yeah, I need to be done by then. So today I'll share with you all a quick story. For the past, oh gosh, I wish I would have written it down, but it's been almost maybe a month that I have committed to waking up in the morning and starting my day with push-ups. Hi Max, as you all come in, make sure if this is your first time, make sure you drop a one in the comments. Would love to welcome you. If this is not your first time, drop a two. So let me just ask a question before we get started. Have you ever dared to pursue something and you knew that the very thing, okay, welcome Max, and welcome to all of those who are joining me for the first time, and welcome back to all of you all who are not unfamiliar with the Dr. JaNee channel. I appreciate you all support, and most of all, I appreciate you investing time to make yourself better. So I want to ask you this question. Have you ever dared to, you set a goal, but you knew that that goal would require, yay, would require that you do something that you've never done? And in doing the very thing that you've never done, let me ask you this question. Does it feel uncomfortable? Instead of leaning into the very thing that you know that is required for you to excel and ascend to your next level, you take a step back, right? Hi, Heidi. Do you ever take a step back? Do you ever feel uncomfortable? Does it make you not want to lean into the very thing that seems challenging or uncomfortable or new? Well, tonight's live is all about you and for you. On this, for probably about a month now, I have committed to waking up in the morning doing push-ups. And let me tell y'all, it has been a journey of discipline more than anything. And I have committed to it. I have committed to it. But what I have found, of course, is that my muscles are sore. And during that process, it has been uncomfortable, right? But I understand that it is necessary in order for me to grow and in order for my muscles to get stronger, right? And it got me to thinking about how a lot of the times when we set goals to ascend to our next level, and it can be, let's say you set a goal for your health, it can be setting a goal for you moving in your purpose, and that's what I'm talking about today. It can be a goal for you to move forward in your business, starting the business, excelling in your business, climbing to higher heights. However, it's uncomfortable. And a lot of the times, what people do with it being uncomfortable, they take a step back. They say that it's fear, or they don't embrace the discomfort that is required to get them to the next level. So tonight I want to share with you all 3 reasons. I got a one up, but I mean 3 reasons. Like, okay, I ain't gonna tell my age, but anyway, bro, man for the flip flow. Okay, so 3 reasons why you must get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right? 3 reasons why you must get uncomfortable with being, excuse me, you must get comfortable with being uncomfortable if you are going to reach your next level. Number one, you have to understand that it is required in order for you to grow, you must get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I have had the opportunity, thanks be to God, to be in a room of millionaires and one time, more recently, with a billionaire with a B. And one of the things that I have found common amongst them all is that one, they are implementers, like they implement quickly. Okay. They are huge implementers. But number two, instead of running away from the very things that are uncomfortable and the very things that are new, what they do is they lean into it and they do it as quickly as possible. Oh, my hubby's home, so I'm gonna have to get done real quick, y'all. I'm gonna be done probably in the next 11 minutes, okay? Because my husband just got home, all right? So I want you all to understand that in order for you to grow, in order for your company to grow, you may be just starting your business, you may just be, you may have set a new goal for your business. You have to understand that it's necessary for your growth that you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I was looking up some information on building muscles. And one of the things that I have found, it says in building new muscle or muscular hypertrophy, which is like increasing your muscles, is a process that involves number one, stimulating muscle growth. How? Through resistance training. That alone is what we call a clue. In order for our muscles to grow, we cannot use weights that we're comfortable with. We can't just do a few reps. And honey, your food is in the microwave, by the way. Welcome home, right? So you can't, in order to build muscle, you cannot use weights that you're comfortable with, that are easy to lift, right? If you want those muscles to grow, you have to ensure that you are using weights that will cause resistance, that will be a bit of a challenge for you to lift, so that it can cause those muscles to be activated and grow. Also, the other thing that it says when muscles are challenged, they create micro tears. So it's no wonder that as we're building new muscle, that old muscle has to tear to break forth to build new and greater muscles. This is why the discomfort is required if you're talking about growing. It's necessary for your growth. It's necessary. Number two, the reason why you must get comfortable with being uncomfortable is, here's the thing. You can't, or you can, but the reality of it is, and I have this written down, so I want to make sure I read it correctly. You can't take old way of thinking into your new level and expect, here's the thing. You can't take, excuse me, y'all, I got so excited. My husband came home. You can't take old way of thinking to your new level and expect to sustain and to continue to grow and elevate. You can't. Whenever you build new muscle, right? There's a new and greater level, right? So there it's going to require, after a while, if I'm lifting 5 pounds and doing bicep curls, my day was great, Heidi. Thank you for asking. right? If I'm doing bicep curls with 5 pound weights, after a while, those 5 pounds are going to be really easy for me to lift. So it's going to be one or two things I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do more reps, or I'm going to have to increase the weight to why create resistance. And see, what happens is a lot of the times we don't want the resistance. We don't want what comes along with the resistance. But it's necessary for your growth. Have you ever dared to do something and you thought it was going to be the worst thing in the world? And once you do it, you were like, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." The same thing holds true for what you are running away from that you need to be running into to do. Let me get some water. Thank you for the hearts. So instead of running away from the very things that are necessary for you to do, run into them. I'm not going to reveal it to you all yet, but I am working on a project that I'll be releasing soon. And let me tell y'all, it has been, I would say, uncomfortable. Why? Because it's going to require a new level of me that I need to tap into in order for me to grow and in order for me to serve those who I have been called to serve at a greater level. And I'm going to tell y'all, it's not comfortable. But I realized, and I said this to myself, I said, I refuse to run away from it. So I'm just going to run to it. And even as I run to it, good evening, right? Or good morning, whatever it is in your time zone. Good day. So instead of running away from what is required, run into it. And here's the thing, don't run. You don't have to run into whatever the goal is or whatever the requirement is without wisdom or guidance. Think about what your goal is, and instead of running into it ignorantly or haphazardly, identify what or who you can learn from, who has already been down the road, who can make your journey a whole lot easier. Get into the habit of finding people who have already achieved what you desired and invest in their wisdom and their knowledge so that it makes your journey through the same process a whole lot easier. Wouldn't you rather somebody give you the ins and outs of whatever it is that you're about to encounter before you go into it to make your journey a whole lot easier? And here's the thing, it's going to require that you invest in yourself. So that's what I have done. Has it stretched me? Yeah, but it's required for my growth. And here's the thing, by me investing and learning what someone has already done, it has increased my confidence because it's given me information and knowledge and wisdom so that I can properly prepare myself and position to myself to go into the very thing that I'm daring to go into that I've never done before. But what gives me confidence is that I'm very prepared and I already have strategies to lean into it. But don't go into it. I don't care if it's business, even if it's weight. Why not invest in yourself through someone else to show you how to do it better or to show you how not to revert back to old and negative habits? Right? So number one, you got to understand the 3 reasons why you must get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Number one is necessary for your growth. There's new muscle. There's a new mindset that is desiring to break through. So you must embrace the resistance along the way in order for you to grow. Number 2, you can't expect to take the old way of thinking into your next level and cause sustaining substantial growth and continued growth. It's going to require for you to change your way of thinking. Do you realize that mindset is a compound word? You have mind and then you have set. Mind is what you hope, what you believe, and what you know to be true. Set is a position and a place. So when you put the two together, mindset is literally the positioning of your thinking. It's the positioning of your belief system. But if you're talking about excelling and ascending to a new level, it's going to require you to reposition yourself. Because why? You can't take that old way of thinking into the new way of thinking and sustain growth and continue to grow. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Number 3, here's the thing. Why must you get comfortable with being uncomfortable? Here's the thing, and this is what I want you to ask yourself. What is the alternative? What is the alternative? If you resist the resistance that is required for your growth, what is the alternative? Do you realize that the alternative is that you remain exactly where you are right now? And hey, that may be cool for you. But then is it really the life that God intended before he formed you in your mother's belly? Think about it. What's the alternative? You stay exactly where you are, doing exactly what you have been doing for the rest of your life. And if that is your goal, then that's fine. If you're comfortable with that and you are content with that and you are confident in that, that's totally fine. But if you are the one who know that there's a greater level, if you are the one who knows that there is more to you and for you than you are right now, than where you are right now, what's the alternative? Are you really okay with staying and doing what you have been doing? And let me say this, what you have right now may be great, but let me share this with you. One thing that I learned about God is he does nothing small. And one of the scriptures that has been reigning in my spirit is that eye hath not seen, ear hath not heard, neither has entered into the heart of man the things that God has for those who love him. None of my growth came from me remaining comfortable with being comfortable. I graduated from pharmacy school that required me to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm a speaker. It requires that I be comfortable with being uncomfortable. All of the success and the growth that I have acquired requires me to lean into and embrace the resistance, embrace the challenge, embrace the new. Because here's the thing, once I do it one time, every sequential time and subsequent time is a whole lot smoother and easier. So don't allow your comfort zone to be the place that you die in. I challenge you to break out, break free, and excel to the place that God intended. I appreciate you all for joining me. I told you I was going to be done by 10:15. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel and join me next time. Have an amazing day. And remember to know your worth. Good night, y'all.